Hey guys, I'm Jade Ocean, and today I'm bringing you a flow for your IT band. So if you tend to run a lot or you walk a lot, sit a lot, you'll notice that you're really tight in the outside of the leg, and that can run all the way down to the calf muscles. So what we're gonna do is we're going to strengthen the glute muscle, and we're gonna strengthen the abductor, so the outside of the hip muscle, and we're going to stretch out the hamstring a little bit, the quad a little bit, the hip flexor. So if these areas are all either weak or not strong enough, then this IT band just gets all wacky. So we're gonna work on that today. So go ahead and grab some water. Make sure you have a strap or some sort of a rope, so you can use it in the beginning, and some blocks. You're definitely gonna want some blocks today, unless you're really open in these areas, which I don't think you'd be doing this flow if you were. So anyways, make sure you have a couple blocks or something to elevate the floor up for you, and somewhere that is a good cushion and that's going to keep you strong, so we don't want to be slipping all over the place. Okay, so good yoga mat. All right, so grab your water, grab your mat, and I'll meet you out there. Okay, yogis, let's begin facing the top of our mat. We're gonna bring the bottom of the feet into the mat here. Knees are up, sit up nice and tall. Make sure that you have your strap close to you. We will be using your strap in just a moment here. So again, sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in, and let's just expand our arms out to the side and straight up above. Take a full breath in through the side body. Firm the navel up and in. Reach the arms forward now and begin to roll all the way back, vertebra by vertebra, very slowly. Keep the navel pulled in and release all the way to the floor. Bring your arms just out to the side. Tuck the shoulder blades here. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Fill up the belly. Fill up the chest. Hold and release out through the mouth. Okay, this time we're gonna firm the navel and pull the core down towards the spine and pull the back of the spine down towards the mat here. We're gonna lift the knees up to the chest and just bring the arms to wrap around the knees here into our Appanasana pose. Take again another full deep breath in through the nose. This time out through the nose as well. Breath in and out, release. Okay, you guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend our right foot all the way out to the floor here, and then lift our left leg up straight to the sky. You can grab behind the hamstring here and just take one breath in as you flex the toes in towards your face. Think about pulling your left hip down away from you. If you need to, you can go ahead and just use your hand to guide that little crease right there down away from you, and try to keep your left glute glued into the floor here. Breathe. For those of you who feel a little bit more open, you can go ahead and walk your hand up a little bit higher, maybe even to the ankle here. Just breathe. And think about maybe pulling the leg in towards you just a little bit here, just to feel a little engagement in the front quad as you open up the hamstring. Think of pulling the elbows out to the side. Very good. And then this is where you want to go ahead and grab your strap if you feel a little bit tighter in the hamstring, or if you're very, very tight in your IT band. So go ahead and grab your strap, place it around the ball of the foot. So grab the strap in both hands here. Pull the toes in towards you, and again, we're gonna pull the strap towards us as we pull the elbows away from the body. So right now, we're just really opening up the back of the hamstring first. Breathe. Again, keep that left hip pulling down. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the strap in the right hand, both the straps in the right hand, extend the left hand out to the side here on the floor just for a little bit of balance. And then very, very slowly, we're gonna just cross the leg over just a little bit. We're not going into a twist. We're just crossing the leg over just a touch here. Opening up the outer hamstring, the IT band along the side here, the back side of the leg. And then inhale to bring it back up. So let's do this a few times. We're gonna exhale to cross it over. Again, keep that left hip on the floor here. Bring it back up for an inhale. Very slow, move with your breath. Exhale, cross it over. And bring it it back up. 3, cross it over. Bring it back up. Keep the foot flexed. Cross it over, bring it back up, and just keep your awareness on that left hip, pulling it down. So expanding and engaging the belly, expanding through the left side. Cross it over, bring it back up. And again, see if with each exhale you can pull the leg in just a little bit closer to your face here. And cross it over, bring it back up one more time, and then we're gonna this time now cross over and hold. So again, maybe bring your hand to your hip this time and just pull the hip down. Breathe. Keep the shoulders pulling away from the face. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed here. And this can be really intense for those of us who feel really tight in the hamstring, the IT band, even the calf muscle. You're gonna feel a really deep stretch here. So just stay in tune with your body. Just know when it's a little bit too far. So if it feels like maybe just a little bit of a twinging pain, so sharp pains, back off just a little bit. That's your body telling you to take it easy. Just breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale. On your next inhale, let's bring the leg up. Go ahead and remove the strap, and we're just going to pull the knee in towards us. You can grab onto the back of the hamstring here. Let's bring the right knee in towards us again. Go ahead and wrap your hands around both shins. Maybe roll the leg side to side here, just massaging the back muscle a little bit. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So let's go ahead and extend the left leg out. Foot's going to come to the floor. And this time we're going to lift that right foot up towards the sky. Grab onto the back of the hamstring here. Flex the foot in towards you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through the nose. Good. And let's go ahead and grab our strap. Now placing the strap over the ball of our right foot. Again, we're just going to grab the strap in both hands just for a moment here to connect, to just draw some awareness to how our body's feeling here. So if you're tighter in the hamstring, your foot might not be up so far. It may be more right here, and that's perfectly fine. Listen to your body, do what works for you, okay? We're all built differently, we're all on a different journey. So make sure that you pay attention to where yours is and don't try to push it. So again, breathe in. Again, we're going to pull the leg in towards the face as we extend the elbows out. Just really opening up that hamstring here first before we go into the side of the hamstring. Breathe. Again, paying attention to that right hip, making sure it doesn't ride up, pulling it down towards the floor, keeping that left leg grounded into the floor as well. Using your inhale to create space. Using the exhale to go a little bit deeper into this stretch. So again, leading with the elbows, pulling the elbows out. Let's go ahead and take the strap now in the left hand, and then we're going to extend the right hand out to the side. Take a deep breath in through the nose here. Pull the right hip down, and then exhale to cross very, very slowly, just a little bit over that left leg. Bring it back up on your inhale, and exhale, cross it over. Inhale, bring it up, and you can move at your own pace. You don't have to go at the same flow I'm going. Just listen to your body. Just keep breathing. Make sure you exhale to bring it to the side, and inhale to bring it up. Using your inhale to create space, so your checkpoints, making sure you're finding space in that right hip, you're pulling it down, and using the exhale to go a little bit deeper. Maybe that means pulling the leg up a little bit closer towards you. Maybe that means just crossing over a little bit further. Make sure if you cross it over further, it's just enough where you can still maintain the right hip pulling into the floor. Let's breathe in, and then next time we're going to cross it over and hold and stay here. Let's use our right hand just to pull that right hip down, create space in the right side body. Breathe into it, using our breath to draw that oxygen into this space. inhale, bring it back up, and we're gonna release the strap, grab the back of the leg, and then bring the knee into the chest here. Let's go ahead and bring the left knee into the chest for Abhinasana. Reach the arms around the shins here. Again, you can roll it side to side here if that feels good. Just breathe. And let's just bring the hands right behind the hamstrings again and extend both feet up towards the sky. Flex the feet in just for a little deep stretch in the hamstring here. Breathe in. Pull the shoulders down and exhale just a little bit further in towards the face here. Bring the knees in again. And this time we're going to begin to roll all the way up. So using your core, pulling your navel up and in, we're just going to rock, coming to the very base of the shoulder blades. Rock all the way up and come all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. Let's do this a few more times. Up, down, and up. One more time. Down and up. Go ahead and plant the feet on the floor. Take a deep breath and sit up nice and tall. Arms are going to come out to the side again. And exhale, release your hands down to the side. Let's just pull our hips back. We're going to come in for a Dandasana pose. So extend your legs out in front of you. Knees can be a little bit bent here if you feel a little bit tighter in the hamstrings still, or you can have them all the way down towards the floor here. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the feet in towards you. So your toes are pointed up towards the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. Just drawing your awareness to your center right now, to your mat, not letting your thoughts escape you and wander off. If they do, it's okay, just drawing it right back. Really taking this time to really be in tune with your body, with your thoughts, making sure you stay focused on your body in these stretches, these movements. Okay, so let's reach our arms up towards the sky when we're going to twist from the torso, so keep the hips level to the front of the mat here. So twisting towards your left side here, we're going to release the left hand behind us to the left glute, and then go ahead and hook with 2 peace fingers onto your left big toe. So keep the hips even here. You'll notice that left hip wants to pull back, so try to keep pulling it forward. What you're going to do is take a deep breath in and begin to lift that leg off the floor. So you want to keep the toes flexed in towards you. You can extend that left hand out just a little bit further so your arm is straight. Make sure you're pulling that left hip in towards you. That right hip is pulling back. Left leg is extending out through the heel. You're lifting, lifting, lifting. Feel a nice deep stretch here. Inhale to reach up through the crown of the head here, and then exhale. See if you can twist a little bit further here. So try to get your shoulders square to the side of the mat here if you can. Breathe. And maybe begin to cross that left leg over top of the right leg here. Up, hovered in the air. Breathe. And release. Exhale. Maybe close your eyes. Let's come back to neutral if you had your legs crossed. And then now we're going to bring that leg right back down the floor. Release your hand. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead, and this time we're going to come to the other side. So we're going to twist and turn towards the right side. Release your right hand behind you, behind the glute. Take our 2 peace fingers around the right big toe this time. We're going to inhale nice and tall as we lift the foot away from the floor. Go ahead and extend your right hand out to the back behind you to straighten it. Breathe in, sit up nice and tall. Keep pulling that left hip back and that right hip back in towards your body. And maybe you could begin to pull the right leg to cross it over the left leg, hovered in the air here. Breathe. What you don't want to do here is you don't want to round the back, so make sure you're able to sit up nice and tall here. Think of lifting the heart open. Again, opening the shoulders to the right side here if you can. Keep flexing the right foot in towards you. And next inhale. Go ahead and come back to center. Release the foot all the way down. Good job, you guys. Let's come back to neutral. Let's just take one more inhale. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, this time we're going to come down to Anjali with the hands. So prayer with the hands. Bring your hands to the heart here. Bow the head down. Just again, reconnecting with your body. Just feeling maybe a little bit of energy building up in the legs here. Okay, this time we're going to release the hands across the legs in front of us, and let's just go ahead and step straight out here to our plank pose. So right into plank. Breathe in here and out. And one more time. So in plank pose, what we want to do is keep the navel up and in. We want to think of pressing through the toes here. So we want the heels over top of the toes, not bulging out to the side. Okay, we want to keep the front quads nice and engaged so we're not dipping and dumping in the lower back. So we want to lift, keep the glutes nice and firm. So think of lifting, and we want to keep the glutes nice and firm here to stabilize. We want to spin the triceps back to open up the chest. Keep the shoulders pulling away from the ears here. And keep that navel up and in towards the spine, really strong. So even though gravity is pushing us down, we want to find space here. So going against gravity. So we want to lift up through the arms, press evenly into the hands. Again, inhale. And exhale to lift the hips straight up, coming into our Adho Mukha Shavasana, our downward facing dog. So maybe walking it out here, bending one knee, lowering the opposite heel, and then switching it out. Just taking this moment to feel your body, to connect with yourself. So what I like to do is the leg that's straight, I like to pull that hip back and really open up that side of the body. Switch it out. Again. Okay, you guys. So what we're going to do is go ahead and begin to straighten both the legs if you can. It's okay to keep the knees bent if you feel a little bit tighter in the hamstrings. So whatever is working for your body. Make sure that you're really grounded into the hands. So pressing evenly into the palms here, reaching up through the arms. So stay strong in the arms here. Make sure you're really pulling the shoulders away from each other here. So you want to find space. We're going to press into the left hand, lift the right hand up. We're going to bend the right knee and then reach towards, fingers towards the big toe of the left foot here. So we're coming into a twist. Now what we're going to do is really press through that left hand and then begin to pull the right shoulder towards the left side here, this opening. And then I'm going to pull my left hip back really far here to really feel a deep stretch in my left leg, my left hip, my left side body. It's really reaching for this Adho Mukha twist. Breathe. Let's come back to center very carefully, and we're going to switch it out. So press into the right hand. Now we're going to bend the left knee, lift the left hand, reach for the outer pinky toe of the right leg. Right leg is straight, and we're pulling that right hip back as we press into the right hand and lift up through the hand all the way through the hip. Breathe. Think of pulling that left hip through this right space here. Let's come right back to center. Let's bend the knees and either step, float, hop, whatever you need to come to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale for a half lift. Exhale all the way down for a forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms are going to reach up overhead here. Release your hands to center. Let's bring the weight into the right foot, and we're going to lift the left leg, cross it back behind the right leg, and then place it to the right side of the mat here. Think of squeezing the legs together. Let's bring the arms out to the side and straight up. Take a deep breath. Exhale as you swan dive all the way down. Think of bending from the hip flexors all the way down to a forward fold. So feel free to bend the knees if you need to, but what you want to do is keep pulling that right hip back. Breathe here. And keep your belly nice and firm here. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold one more time here. Really pressing the big toes into the mat. So roll up on your next inhale. Bring your arms up overhead. Right back to prayer, bringing it through center. We're going to press into the right foot and then just cross it out. So come back to neutral. Weight's gonna go into the left foot this time. You're gonna lift the right foot, cross it behind the left foot, place it to the left side of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And exhale, go ahead and swan dive all the way down. Forward fold. Breathe here. Again, pull the left hip back. Keep both hips even to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then let's roll all the way up in your next inhale. Let's come back to neutral with the legs. Breathe a little bit of a back bend, reaching back behind you, and exhale, draw your hands right to Anjali. Again, let's inhale, reach the arm bay up, and let's go ahead and swan dive all the way down here. Release the hands down, step straight back into your plank, shift forward into our chaturanga, and then pull the heart up and through into our up dog, our Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then press the hips straight back into our Adho Mukha Svanasana. So we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. So we're gonna go ahead and press into the left hand, bend the right knee, lift the right hand, reach for the outside of the left toe here, and then go ahead and twist to turn to look out that left side. Take a deep breath in, think of pulling that left hip back, and then exhale to release, and let's switch it out. So press into the right hand, bend the left knee, reach the left hand towards the outside of the right pinky toe, and twist. Inhale, pull that right hip back, and then release. Breathe. Let's lift the right legs towards the sky. Bend the knee, shift all the way forward, and step the foot to the front of the mat here between the feet. Lower the left knee all the way down and curl the toes. Press the left hand. Press the left hand down into the mat here. We're gonna reach to twist open to the right side. Right arm's gonna come up towards the sky. Here what we wanna do in our twisting low lunge is we wanna think of pulling the right hip in towards us. So that way we feel a real deep stretch in the right hip here. Breathe here. Keep the legs strong. Stay light in the arms. Think of really reaching up towards the sky here. Go ahead and release the right hand down to the mat here. We're gonna press to lift the back leg up. Press the right foot straight back, right back into our down dog. Let's switch it out. Left leg's gonna come up this time. Reach, 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 and then bring the knee into the chest, shift forward, step it through between the hands. Lower the right knee down and curl the toes. Press the right hand into the mat. We're gonna twist open now to the left side. Reach the left arm up towards the sky here. Keep the right glute nice and firm, and you want to pull that right hip in towards you. Finding space through that left side body. Release the left hand down. Again, press into the mat, lift the right leg up. Step right back into your down dog. Let's bend the knees, look between the hands, and either step or float all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You can go ahead and grab a block to bring the floor a little bit closer to you if you need to. What we're gonna do is bring our hand just right below the heart here. Press into the palm. We're gonna bend the left knee and then go ahead and twist to reach the right hand up towards the sky. So we're twisting open towards the right side here. Breathe. Really reaching through that right leg. So reaching through the side of the right leg, and the right hip is pulling in towards the body here. Stay here. Let's switch it out. Let's bring the right hand all the way down, place it between the heart. We're gonna bend the right knee this time, extend the left knee, and then twist open towards your left side. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Again, pulling the left hip in towards you. Breathe nice and deep. And go ahead and release the left hand down. Let's do it one more time on the other side. Reach the right arm up, bend the left knee. Squeeze the hips in towards the midline here. Keep space in the shoulders, space in the neck. And release the right hand. Let's switch it out. Bend the right knee, extend the left knee back. Reach that left hand straight up towards the sky. Breathe. Really getting deep into our IT band, the back of the hamstring again, the side body. Release the left hand down. Go ahead and roll all the way up. Arms are going to come up overhead. And draw your hands right through center here. Just taking a moment. Let's reach the arms straight back up. This time we're going to sink right into our Utkatasana pose. Breathe in here. Make sure your toes are touching, your heels are out just a little bit away from each other. You want to pull the navel up and in. Think of reaching through the arms, not rounding the upper back, but really keeping a nice strong core. Stay here. Bring your hips down just a little bit lower here. So what I want you to do here is think of dragging asymmetrically your heels out to the side. So you're going to really pull your heels, and what you're going to feel is the outer hips really activating and the glutes activating. Stay here for just one more moment. Breathe in and exhale. Go ahead and fold all the way forward. Hips are going to come all the way up. Let your upper body relax. Inhale to reach halfway up. And then exhale, forward fold. Let's press our hands into the mat. Again, we're going to step straight back into plank, shift forward, chaturanga, pull the heart forward right into our up dog or urdhva, and exhale, right back to down dog. This time, let's lift the right leg up again. Knee's going to come in towards the chest, step it through, lower that back left knee. We're going to keep our left hand. We're going to, this time we're going to pull the hips straight back to straighten the right leg. You're going to peel the front toes off the mat so they're pointing up. So you're flexing the foot. Bring your hands with you, so keep them right underneath your shoulders. You can go ahead and grab blocks if that works for you, just to keep your back neutral here, so you don't want to be rounding in the back. So stay here. Think of pulling that right hip back. Breathe. The shoulders are coming down. Heart's pulling forward here. Toes are pulling in. And what I want you to think about doing here is really pulling that pinky toe in towards you. So feeling that calf muscle, the outer calf muscle, the IT band, the hamstring, really being engaged here, really opening up. If you guys are using blocks, go ahead and bring your blocks with you. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands to the outside of that right leg. So we're not twisting open to the right side, but we're just twisting over the leg here. So you can keep your core nice and strong, keep that right hip pulling back, so use your left hand maybe to guide it down. What I want you to keep doing is flexing the foot in here and keep that pinky toe pulling in towards you. That's really going to stretch out that right side body here in the leg. So if you need to, again, you can keep the leg bent wherever your body is, just listening to your body. Breathe and create space in the spine, and then exhale, maybe folding a little bit further down. So use your inhales again to create space, so pulling the hip down and away, and then using your exhales to maybe bring the pinky toe in towards you, maybe going a little bit further towards the right side. That may even be just remembering to keep the pinky toe up and the foot flexed. Stay focused. Let's take a couple more breaths here. All right, guys. One more inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and carefully walk the hands over back to neutral here. Let's move your blocks off to the side if you have blocks, and we're just going to walk the hands, rebend the knee, press into the mat. Let's bring that right foot straight back into our Adho Mukha. And let's do the same thing on the opposite side. So let's lift the left leg straight up, bring the knee into the chest, shift forward, step between the hands, lower that back knee down, curl the toes. Again, go ahead and grab your blocks if you're using blocks, and what we're gonna do is just begin to pull the hips back. Again, we're gonna peel the left toes off the mat, coming into our half split pose, so our Ardha Hanuman. And again, we want to think of pulling that left hip down, pulling the toes up as far as we can without bending the back. So if we feel like we're bending the back here, we want to keep a soft bend in that left knee. Just breathe here for a moment. Keep the shoulders down. You want to keep the core nice and strong. Keep that front thigh flexed if you can to really open up the hamstring here. Find your balance, pulling both hips in towards each other. Do the same thing we did on the opposite side. So we're going to walk our blocks, if we have blocks, or our hands just off to the left side here, crossing over top of our foot, crossing over top of our leg, crossing over top of our leg. Just breathe. Stay strong in the leg. Stay even in the hips. I know this can be a really intense stretch, so just keep breathing through it. Use your breath to stay strong, to stay balanced, to stay calm. Draw your attention on where you can relax. So bringing the shoulders down. Maybe the face is tensing up, so just relaxing the face. We're using the breath to guide the body to go deeper, to open and relax in these areas, so we can release tensions and stress in these areas that feel very restricted. When it comes to the IT band, it's usually the quad that's really tight, it's usually the hamstring that's really tight, and it's an underdeveloped glute muscle. So we're going to work a little bit on the glute today and the hip as well. All right, one more breath here. And go ahead and walk the hands back to neutral. Bring your blocks off to the side if you have blocks. We're going to rebend into the knee, walk the hands forward here, lift the back to the knee up, and then press the foot straight back into our Adho Mukha. Breathe. Let's bend the knees, look between the hands, either float or step forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. You can just grab onto the back of the calves here. Bring the chest to the thighs. Let the head just hang here. Breathe. Let's press into the mat. Roll all the way up, vertebra by vertebra. So very slowly, we're going to reach the arms out to the side, straight up overhead, and bring it right through center to Anjali. Let's do that one more time. Reach the arms up overhead. And this time we're going to sink right back into our Utkatasana, our chair pose. So again, toes are going to touch here. We're going to have our heels out just a little bit away from each other. And then we're going to pull the heels away from each other. Make sure your knees are facing forward. They're not coming out to the side. We want to keep the knees behind the toes. So really engaging the core, lifting the core into the body. If you feel like this is just too much, you go and stand up just a little bit more, okay? I don't want it to be too straining on the back. If the arms are coming forward like this, that's again perfectly fine. Just listening to your body. Breathe, really engage the glutes here, really engage the hips. So think of pulling the mat apart with your heels here. Noticing the legs really firing up. Breathe. Sink a little bit lower. Keep pulling the mat apart here. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands down to the mat. We're going to extend the knees to forward fold here into our Uttanasana. Let's inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Press the hands into the mat. Let's step back one more time here into our plank. Press the hands into the mat. Let's step back again into our plank. Shift forward into our chaturanga. And then pull the heart forward into our Urdhva Mukha, our up dog. Pull the shoulders back, open the heart forward, just gazing forward. Squeeze the glutes here, really engaging the glutes. So think of squeezing the inner thighs together. Keep the heels up, pointed up towards the sky. And let's press into the hands to exhale, lifting the hips up. Let's lift the right leg straight up towards the sky. We're going to bring the knee into the chest. Again, step between the hands, lower that back knee down. Once again here, uncurl the toes. This time we're going to, again, straighten the front leg to pull the hips back into our Ardha Hanuman, so our half split. Again, you can use blocks if you need to. We're just going to use one of them, but you can grab both of them if you need to. Just lift yourself up here a little bit. Breathe to straighten the spine. Pull the right hip back. And this time we're going to bring the one block to the inside of your calf muscle, so the inside of the right calf muscle here. We're going to plant that left hand into the block here. We're going to keep balance here, so think of squeezing the hips in towards each other, really pulling the toes up towards the sky. That right pinky is going to really pull in towards your body. You're going to stay really balanced. Pull the heel down towards the floor. Think of dragging the heel back to really activate the hamstring here. And then we're going to begin to open the right hand out towards the side here, and then begin to lift it up towards the sky. So we're going to open up towards the right side. Stay strong, stay balanced. Breathe. So pressing into that left shin, reaching up through that left quad, dragging the right heel into the floor. Think of pulling it towards the body here, so pulling it in towards the center body. And we're lifting up through that right leg into the hip socket, pressing into the left hand, reaching up through the right hand, and really just squeezing those hips in towards each other here, staying balanced. Breathe in, keep the breath moving. It's really important that we stay breathing. Nice full breaths in, nice full breaths out. Once we stop breathing, that's when everything falls apart. We really need the breath to show our body that it's okay to go a little bit deeper, to stay balanced. One more breath. And very carefully reach the arm right back out to the side, and very carefully bring it back down towards the mat or towards the block. We're going to rebend into the knee. You can move your blocks out to the side. Good job, you guys. I know that's tough. Hands go onto the mat, lift the back leg up, and then press right back into our down dog. So you're going to notice every time we go into down dog that you probably feel a little bit more open. So it's going to get a little bit easier. Whereas down dog was once a little tougher, it's now a lot easier. Maybe still tough, but easier than it was. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. Left leg's gonna come straight up. We're gonna bring the knee into the chest, shift forward, step between the hands, uncurl the back toes, bring the blocks back in. Let's go ahead and shift the hips back, right back into our Ardha Hanuman. Toes come up, bring those blocks in close to you, or the hands in close to you. Again, find your center. You want to make sure your alignment is good before we go into this twist. So reach up through the leg, pull the hip back, stay nice and strong. Shoulders come down. Don't forget about the upper body. Stay nice and strong in the arms here too. Core is very strong. Breathe in. Hips are pulling into the side here. We're going to press into the right hand. Go ahead and extend that left hand out to the side. Stay strong as we begin to open up to the left side as the arm comes up overhead. So again, pulling that left hip in towards your body. Stay strong. Think of dragging that left heel into the mat, really using the legs to stay balanced here. Breathe. And if you begin to lose your balance, it's okay. Just release, bring your hand down, and just try again, okay? Don't give up. This is tough. This is really hard. No matter who you are, this is tough. So we're all looking for that same feeling. So some of us may be higher up. Some of us maybe keep our arm out to the side, right? Some of us maybe, all the way down to the ground here with our hand on the floor, maybe even on the elbow. So wherever you are, just noticing where your body is and moving from there. So we all want to find that sensation of strength, a balance between strength, stability, and opening. Breathe one more time in. Exhale. And release the left hand down. Good job, you guys. Let's go ahead and bend the knee. Bring your blocks off to the side. If you're using blocks, again, lift the back leg. Step right back into your down dog. This time, let's just take a moment to connect. So press into the hands, lift the hips up. Let's bring the heels all the way up this time, coming to tippy toes. And then exhale to release them down. Inhale, bring it up. We're going to stretch out the calves here. Exhale, release down. So inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Lift a few more times. And lower. Stay strong in the arms. Keep the hips lifted. Lift. It's okay if your knees are bent here. Lower. Lift. And lower. This time let's bend the knees, look between the hands. We're going to float all the way forward or step forward. Inhale to halfway lift to your Ardha. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift again. We're going to do the same thing we did before. So we're going to press into the mat or a block, right, to lift the floor up. Right below the heart with the left hand, we're going to bend that left knee, keep that right leg nice and straight, and then twist open, reach up to the sky with the right hand. So we're opening up to the right side. Inhale here, deep breath in, really pulling that right hip in towards you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Try to get a little bit lighter on that left hand. And release the right hand down. Let's switch it out. So right hand comes down. We're going to bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, opening up to the left side. Stay with me, you guys. You guys are doing wonderful. You're getting through this. Baby steps. Reach up and exhale, release it back down. Let's inhale to roll all the way up. Press into the legs, stand all the way up. Let's just bring the hands out to the side, palms face forward in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Just take a moment to center. Breathe in through the back body. Exhale, let the shoulders fall down. Squeezing the hips in towards the body. Your next inhale, let's reach the arms up. We're going to sink right back into our Utkatasana, our chair pose, to bring the toes into touch. Heels are out. Again, we're going to drag the mat away out to the side with the heels. So we're activating the glutes, activating the outer hips here. Let's bring our hands to center here, so right into Anjali in the center. What we're going to do is bring the weight into the left foot and step back with the right foot and just tap the floor. Bring the right foot in, step back with the left foot. So stay low here. Step back, right foot, good, and left foot. That was 2, right foot, and left foot, 3, right foot, step back, left foot, step back, 4, right foot, good, left foot, 5, right foot, left foot, keep the core nice and strong, right foot, and left foot, 7, right foot back, and left foot back, 8, right foot back, and left foot back. Keep pressing into the hands, foot back, and left foot back. Good job, that was 10. Stay here, bring your hands right back overhead. Again, pull the mat apart with your heels, right back into Utkatasana, so go a little bit lower if you can. Keep the core nice and strong in, and exhale, forward fold. Legs are gonna come up, legs are gonna extend back. Inhale to halfway lift. Just breathe here, so find space in your spine, staying here for just a moment. And then fold all the way down, press into the mat. Let's step all the way back. Shift forward, chaturanga, exhale, and then pull the heart forward, right into your Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, release the hips right back into your down dog, your Adho Mukha. Breathe. We're gonna lift the right foot straight up to the sky and then bring the knee into the chest, really pull it into the chest here, into the core. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend the right foot just out to the side here. So right into that space. We're gonna stay right here, keep pressing into the hands, keep squeezing the legs in towards each other here. And then we're just gonna do dips. So dip down, lift it up. Dip down, lift it up. Dip down, lift it up, dip down, lift it up, 4, drop, lower, 5, stay strong, drop, lower, 6, squeeze the legs together as you lift up, 7, drop down, lower, 8, 2 more, drop, lower, 9, and drop, and lower, 10. Let's press into the left foot as we reach the right leg straight back up. We're gonna bring the knee into the chest and step all the way forward here. Okay, right into our high lunge. So this time we're gonna keep the back heel up. We're gonna slide the toes back so they're underneath the heel as much as we can get them. And we're gonna press from the front foot, lift right up into our crescent pose. So keep the knee, again, above the heel. Make sure the right hip's pulling back. Straighten and energize through that back leg, lifting up here. And then begin to straighten that front knee. Press into the big toe. Make sure your blocks are close by, or at least one of them. We're gonna hinge forward, coming all the way into our forward half lift of our pyramid. And grab your blocks. Let's roll all the way down from pyramid. And then come all the way back up. Exhale, all the way down. All the way up. So bring your hands or the blocks really close into your foot. And you can do this one of a couple ways. You can either keep your hand to the inside, which would be the first way, to go into our twist, or you can bring the hand to the outside of the leg. Just make sure that your balance is really good before you commit to doing that. So I'm gonna keep my hand on the inside today. And what I'm gonna do is press into the hand. So if you have it on the outside, it's the same directions. You're gonna press into the hand. You're gonna pull that right hip back, keep that back heel lifted, and keep that left glute nice and strong. You're gonna reach the right arm out to the side here, and then just go ahead and begin to open up towards the right side. So breathe here, keep that right hip pulling back and in towards the body. Breathe. One more breath. Twisting pyramid. And then release the hand down. We're gonna bend into the knee, bring the arms right back into our crescent pose. And this time what we're gonna do is bring one block just ahead of us here. Begin to hinge forward, bring the hands to prayer, lift off of that back left leg coming into our Vira 3. So stay here for just a moment and then release your left hand down to the mat here or onto the block. Keep that right leg nice and strong and that left leg lifted. Energize back through that back heel. And then we're gonna extend the right hand out to the side and begin to twist open into our twisting Vira 3. Stay strong here. Breathe. And you can stay with your foot back on the floor if this is just too intense for you. Or you can keep your arm out to the side so you don't have to twist here. One more breath. And exhale, very carefully release the hand down. Let's bring the foot right back down as we come right back into our crescent pose. Pivot the heel down, coming into our Vira 2, Virabhadrasana 2 pose. Keep that knee pointed out. Flip the front palm. We're gonna release the back arm. Reach up and over with the right, and then sink a little bit further into that right knee. Breathe, just stretching out that right side here. And then let's come all the way down. We're gonna circle all the way down to the floor, lift the back heel up, move the blocks, and then step. Let's just step right back into our down dog here. So good job, you guys. It was tough. So let's do the same thing on the other side. Let's lift the left leg straight up to the sky. We're gonna bring the knee into the chest and step between the hands here. Again, we're gonna keep that back heel up, energize through that back leg here. Let's lift up to our crescent. Stay strong in the legs. Check your alignment. Breathe. And then, again, make sure your blocks are close by if you're using blocks. Bring them close to the foot to frame the foot. We're gonna straighten that front leg. Keep that back heel up. Remember, keep the hips even. Begin to hinge forward, release the hands just to the top of the mat or the blocks here to frame the foot. Keep the hip back. Exhale, fold forward just a couple times, few rolls. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold forward, forehead to shin. Halfway lift and fold forward. halfway lift again. And again, we're going to repeat what we did on the other side. So place your hand in the same position and go ahead and press into your right hand, extend your left hand out to the side, begin to turn and twist open to your left side, your twisting pyramid pose. Stay strong. I know you guys can do this. We're a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit for. So just remember that. I know it's hard, but a lot of the toughness comes from the mind kind of going all over the place. So convincing ourselves that we can't, that we're not strong enough, that we can't do this, or drifting away into other things. So if you put your mind to it, you'd be surprised at what you can achieve. Don't forget that. Let's release the hand down. And then what we're gonna do is bend into the knee. Let's bring the block just up to the front here. Bring the hands right back up to our crescent pose. And we're gonna bring our hands to prayer. As we press from the front foot, we're gonna get lighter on that right leg, maybe lifting it up, coming into our Vira 3, and then release the right hand down, extend the left hand out to the side, stay here, or you can begin to open up towards your left side, into your twisting Vira 3. So keep that right leg nice and strong, stay really strong in that left leg, and don't be afraid to bend the knee if you need to, but keep that left hip pulling in. Stay grounded, stay strong. Breathe here. And exhale, release the hand down. Very carefully step the left foot back, coming right back into our crescent pose. And let's open the heel, pivoting it out, coming into our Virabhadrasana 2 here. Stay here, flip the front palm. We're gonna reach the right hand all the way down as we lift and reach towards the right side here. Sink a little bit lower into that front knee. And then exhale, go ahead and cartwheel the hands all the way down. Lift the back heel up and then step right into our plank. Maybe you come in for your chaturanga, your vinyasa. Pull the heart through and lift it right back into your down dog. All right, you guys, let's lift the right leg up, bring the knee into the chest, and then release it to the floor just behind the right wrist. The foot you're gonna point towards the outside space, release the left knee, and go ahead and walk that knee back into our half pigeon pose. Finally, your resting pose here. You can stay up on your hands here. You can also walk down pose. Just try to get that right hip down towards the floor as close as you can. Breathing into the spaces where you feel tension, where you feel tightness, where you feel that energy. Just breathe. Close your eyes. Imagine pulling that right hip back to go deeper into that right glute muscle. Begin to let the head just surrender and fall. Breathing into the back of the neck if you can. Just relax here. And find some gratitude for yourself for showing up on your mat today and slow here. One more breath in and slow exhale out. Let it go. Inhale to come back up to your hands. You're going to lift that back leg and step right back into your down dog and switch it out to the other side. So left leg's going to come up, bend the knee, release it behind the left wrist as the toes point out to the side here. Release that right knee down and walk it back. Again, you're going to stay here on your hands, or you can come down to your elbows, whatever feels good to you. Release the head and just breathe. Again, breathing that oxygen into these spaces to release the tensions. Now on this side, imagine pulling that left hip back, right hip comes forward, going deeper into the glute muscle on the left side this time.
soften the head. Allow again the back of the neck to stretch here. Just see if you can visualize that energy just drawing into these spaces to release, to open it up. Nice full inhale in through the nose, exhale to go a little bit deeper. One last breath here. Inhale and exhale. And let's come back up, lift to step right back into our down dog. You're going to release the knees and just come onto the legs, sit all the way back. Let's bring the arms all the way out to the side and reach up over our head. We're just going to release the hands down in front of us as we release down into our balasana, our child's pose. Soften the forehead onto the ground. Maybe you bring your arms back if that feels good to you. Just relax here for a moment. Breathe deeply into the back of the heart here. Feel the back of the ribs lift. Pull the tailbone down towards the heels here. Just release. Allow yourself permission to completely let go here. Deep, full breath. Begin to come up as your hands now press into the mat. Slide all the way back to open the heart. Maybe begin to close the eyes, open the collarbone, pull the navel in, but think of lifting the back of the heart up. Just a couple breaths here. Breathe. Let's reach the arms up overhead one more time. And draw the hands to the heart into Anjali. Drop the chin down. Bowing down to yourself for taking the time today. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through these stretches, through this flow, these exercises. Just doing this means the world to me. I hope you enjoy this flow. I hope you have a beautiful day and thank you so much. Namaste.